They told me forever was the biggest word, but I've watched it fade like paper in the rain. So I stopped believing in the word. And then you came, quiet, steady, and without saying forever, you did something better. You stayed. You stayed. You stayed. It was you, didn't demand my time. You just offered your hand and your calm fell louder than lines. You listened more than you spoke. You noticed what I couldn't say. How I go quiet when I'm overwhelmed. How I'm brave in the wrong way. And you didn't call it too much. You called it human. You said come here, and that's how you started undoing everything I feared. Come here. I used to think love had to shine and be real, had to hurt a little to feel, but you were gentle and you were solid, and I didn't know love could be both until you stayed longer than forever, longer than the promises people make, longer than the always and never, longer than the fear in my mistakes. You stayed when it wasn't pretty, when I didn't know what to say. You stayed like the sky stays over a city, even when the lights fade away. And I don't know how to thank you for the way you held me together, but I know one thing is true. You stay longer than forever, longer than forever. There were nights I tried to push you away, not 'cause I wanted you gone, but I didn't believe in good things, and you felt too close to one. I get distant, I get quiet, and so they look away. Like if I could make you leave first, I wouldn't have to feel you stay. I tested the silence like fire, half hoping it wouldn't burn, half expecting it to, 'cause that's what I learned. But you didn't punish my fear, didn't turn cold to teach a lesson. You didn't say fix yourself, you said I'm here, no questions. And that broke something open in me, the part that expected loss, the part that kept an exit sign lit even when love felt soft. You gave me space without disappearing, you gave me time without pride. You made it safe to come back when I didn't know how to arrive. I'm here. I used to think love leaves, that's what it does, but you proved me wrong, just by showing up again and again and again. You stay longer than forever, longer than the promises people make, longer than the always and never, longer than the fear in my mistakes. You stayed when it wasn't pretty, when my heart was hard to read. You stayed like the sky stays over a city, when I didn't know what I need. And I don't know how to thank you for the way you held me together, but I know one thing is true. You stayed longer than forever. I've seen love turn into paperwork, schedules, rules, and silent wars. I've seen affection become currency, given when earned, taken when not. So I was careful with you, like you were something fragile, like I had to hold my breath to keep you from changing. But you weren't fragile, you weren't a mood that shifts with weather. You were steady, and I didn't know how to handle steady, 'cause steady is rare, steady Steady doesn't make you guess. Steady doesn't make you chase. Steady sits with you at 2 a.m. when your thoughts get loud in your face. Steady makes room for the messy truth, doesn't ask you to clean it first. Steady loves the whole person, not just the best. You love my laugh and my silence, my good days and my sharp edges, my I'm okay when I wasn't, my dreams and my doubts and my damage. You love me in the middle, not just at the finish line. And that kind of love rewrites a life. I used to fear the quiet, 'cause quiet is where you hear the truth. And my truth was I didn't believe I was worth staying for. I thought love was for other people, people with calmer minds, people with less history, people who don't flinch at kind. But you looked at me like I wasn't broken, like I was just human, like I deserved gentleness. And the longer you stayed, the more my fear ran out of places to hide. No place to hide. Maybe forever is too small. Maybe it's not a big enough word for someone who stays through storms. Without it, you'll feel like a burden. Yeah, before there's a hallway, you the room I had been in with the light on. Looked at darker tries to arc when I meet. And if I could leave it, my pen still wouldn't erase the pain. There's a remedy in a top of the stairs. You stay longer than forever, longer than the promises people make, longer than the always and never, longer than the fear in my mistakes. You stayed when it wasn't pretty, when my heart was hard to read. You stayed like the sky stays over a city when I didn't know what I need.